It is officially 2023, and we have all been getting on Pinterest, making those 2023 vision boards. And on those vision boards, we've been pinning all of these different pins about the life that we want, right? We want to change our life. We want to elevate. And so we're putting all of these images on there to create the mental image that we see in our minds. On top of that, though, we're putting together this image of that woman that we want to be for that life that we are trying to create. So that is the topic of discussion on today, is how we can be more feminine for that life that we are trying to create. How do we embody her right now? When we think about being feminine, let's get something understood first and foremost. Feminine does not mean incapable, okay? Feminine energy does not mean incapable. It does not mean that you're incompetent. It doesn't mean that your voice will not be heard. Your voice will still be heard. You will still be strong. You will still be powerful. It's just that when we talk about becoming more feminine, I guess it depends on who really is talking about the subject, because different people have different approaches. For me, when I think about feminine energy, I'm thinking, how can I become softer in my approach? Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all, okay? I am a work in progress, because just a short, 2-3 years ago, I would cuss somebody out in a heartbeat, but I'm not that person anymore. Now, I'm not saying that, a couple of choice words won't slip out, but I am saying that I have elevated since then, and I am really trying to be cautious and intentional. And if you have not been here before, baby, we are going to be pushing the topic of intentionality all for 2023. So with that being said, like I said, I am intentionally trying to become this elevated version of myself. So here recently, I asked my husband specifically if I was feminine enough, and I really wanted to ask just to get his honest opinion. Now, again, I've already been working on my feminine energy. I've been working on my feminine journey. But with the life that I am creating for 2023 and really being intentional about creating my life with no more excuses, I am manifesting. I am like full force going into my feminine journey and really changing myself to be that woman that I see fit for the life that I am creating. But anyway, I asked him just to see what his thoughts were, and I was very surprised that he actually told me that he thought that in my mind, I couldn't be soft enough. And I was actually very surprised by that when he said that, because he's pretty much right about that. He's dead on. In my mind, let's just give a little bit of backstory. I won't take too long, but just a little bit of backstory. I am 31. Me and my husband got married when I was 21 and he was 23. So we were babies. We were young. We were, trying to figure things out. My husband is from a very, very small town in the country, and I am a city girl through and through. Okay. So there were some things that he, our upbringing was completely different. There were a lot of things that he didn't learn that I did. So one of the drawbacks in the very beginning of our relationship is I kind of just full on took on everything. I took on finances. I took on organization. I took on, parenting for the most part, because he worked jobs. So I really took on everything to the point where I felt like I had to control everything. And at some point, I didn't allow him to be that manly man, or to be the man of the household, and to really lead our family. And that has been something that I've really had to work on over the last couple of years, especially when we talk about being or going into a feminine journey. You want to be softer. You want to be able to just, let your spouse, your husband, just take care of, all of the finances, the bills, this, that. I was really happy that he said that, because, one thing is true. We evolve, okay? We are constantly evolving. So we are not the same, people as we were at 21 and 23 that we are now at 31 and 33. We're completely different people. And my husband has truly elevated into his role as the father and the man of this house. And so have I. And so it was refreshing to be able to hear that he's like, no, babe, you go ahead. You be soft. I got this now. Like, I had to learn a lot, but I'm here now. And so now I'm just like super excited about taking on this feminine journey like all the way through, like diving into it, because this is something that I feel like I need to do for myself in order to grow and to go ahead and change my life. We're gonna kind of touch on 3 different breakdowns, I guess you'll call it, of really and truly approaching your feminine journey and how to become that feminine woman. But the first thing that we need to understand is you have to figure out what is the driving force, or what is the purpose behind you even taking this feminine journey. Maybe you just want to be more in tune with yourself. You want to tap into that energy that you've never thought about tapping into before. You want to make this change because you want to draft a certain lifestyle. So again, for me, that is my intention behind really changing my life, becoming this more feminine woman, because I want to change my lifestyle. And so when we think about what those driving forces are, we can kind of tailor the specifics of what we need to do daily in order to become that woman. So again, there are 3 things that we can think about when we think about the specifics of the woman that we want to become, right? So the first thing that we want to think about is becoming softer in the responses in the situations that you are put into. So that's the first breakdown that we're going to talk about. The second topic that we're going to kind of break down on and touch a little bit into is how we become softer in our love life. The third thing that we're going to touch on in the breakdown of how we can become that more feminine woman is having a more meaningful approach to your self-care. So we can start with the meaningful approach to self-care. That ultimate feminine woman, okay, she smells good, okay? That woman smells good. She can tell you a perfume in and out, up and down, what notes, what undernotes, all of that good stuff. She takes her self-care seriously and with a priority behind it, but not just about the physical self-care. I mean, we can discuss a shower routine, bathroom routine, you know, manis, petties, all of that. Now I just said that and I got baby nubs, so please don't talk about my baby nubs. I know I need to go to the nail shop. Truly thinking about the mental self-care aspect of that meaningful approach. A very feminine woman prioritizes her mental health first. So when we think about mental health, we are thinking about really and truly being at a level of peace in your life that is untouchable. I know here recently, I've really been trying to focus more on reading books. I've been trying to focus on staying away from social media as much when it comes to consuming content, because as a creator, I'm going to put the content out that I love to do myself, but I don't want to overconsume content because it's a way to trigger things emotionally that you just don't really want to go through as you're trying to embark on this journey of becoming your higher feminine self. So eliminating a lot of those things, eliminating the toxicity, eliminating distractions, and really focusing on your mental care as far as how elevated you are, how spiritually elevated you are, and how you can tell whether you've really tapped into your energy or not. Here recently, I can definitely tell that I've tapped into my energy. Why? Because when I get on my social medias, I am not looking at anybody else in envy, and not that I ever had, but I will be honest, because I'm a very honest person. When I would get on social media and see how everyone else was thriving, it would bother me because I would question myself. But now I get on there and I see another woman doing well, and I'm like, oh my gosh, sis, that is beautiful. Keep going. I love what you're doing. You know, so forth, so on. So really and truly, it's about being at a level of peace of mind that is untouchable. You cannot break my peace of mind. You cannot tap into my peace of mind, because my peace within my mental space is really and truly what you can control. You can't control some things on the outside aspects of life, but you can definitely control what goes on mentally as far as your thoughts and as far as what you are allowing into your mind. Physical self-care, really prioritizing your needs as a woman, prioritizing, like I said, your bath, your shower routines, and not just getting in there to take a shower and coming out. No, when you are in the shower, that, like, I know this is gonna sound very weird, okay, but when I am at my nakedness and I'm in the shower, I'm in the bath, I feel so much power. I don't know why, and I don't know. We're just gonna leave that there. But for whatever reason, I feel so powerful when I'm just in my naked form, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I am a woman. I know that I have a lot of power within me. I know that I can take on and bear a lot of burden. So when you are in your bare state, that shower, that bath routine, really focus on like just taking a moment to say, you are a powerful woman. You are a powerful being, and really being tuned in those moments. There are a lot of times where I like to take meditative baths. Like I want to be completely naked. I want to be in the water. I want to just really prioritize focusing on my strengths in that moment, when there's nothing else on, when there's no makeup on, when there's no layers of clothes, no wigs, no this and that. When I am at my truest state, that is when I really draw in a lot of my power. So that is something that you can consider doing in your routine as you are becoming that more feminine woman. Thinking about the breakdown as far as having softer approaches in situations. So as I have already explained, I could cuss out somebody like a sailor, okay? And I mean, baby, this tongue has lashed out on a lot of people, and I'm trying to control that. So I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand with that mental self-care. You have to be able to control your responses in situations. You have to be able to control what you're allowing to trigger you. You have to be in total control of that, because you don't want to find yourself in a circumstance where you are lashing out on someone. If you want to be that softer, gentler woman, you have to be able to figure out how you can effectively communicate to somebody without getting out of character. You can still be soft, but you can be firm. And I have a perfect example of that, because I called, I don't know, some bill or something this morning, and the lady just really didn't know what she was talking about. And I'm on the phone, and in my mind, I'm like, Toni, be calm. Toni, be soft. Toni, you are a feminine woman. You don't have to get loud. You don't have to get belligerent. You don't have to make this lady feel less than, because at the end of the day, that lady is doing her job. I have to coach myself through the interactions that I'm having, because I don't want to have anyone else having a negative experience based on how my actions were. So when we really learn to control how we're responding to situations that we're in, we can control the softness that we have and keep that softness on the day-to-day, and not allow it to be triggered, and then you go into a state of mind that you really don't want to be in, because you've practiced being this softer woman. As you're becoming that softer woman, you want to be able to handle yourself and carry yourself appropriately, even in high negative emotion type circumstances. So just like the example, when I'm speaking to this lady, and I could have gotten upset, I could have gotten out of character, but when you're practicing being that feminine woman, that woman knows how to handle business, but she does it in a very pleasant way. And I want to practice that, because as I am creating the life that I envision in my mind, I have to practice being that woman now. That woman cannot happen when those things happen, because then I won't be able to effectively control all of the things that are drafting into my life. I might lose control based off of how my responses and my actions are. So practicing every day with daily intention behind it, on just like I said, the shower routine, the mental care, the responses, those are things that you can start working on every single day. So earlier I touched a little bit on the fact that I asked my husband, if I was a soft enough or feminine enough woman, and he's like, no, I feel like you can be softer. And I'll be honest, I had an attitude. My attitude can definitely it can get a little nasty. Okay, it can get a little nasty when it comes to being softer in my love life. I do want to be softer for my husband. I do want to learn how to just be that gentle spirit that he can come to, because he already has enough that he has to deal with as a man, and going out and working and having all of these different encounters. He wants to be able to come home to a softer woman and not have to deal with high attitude and high level energy like he would encounter from, you know, a coworker or something like that. I don't want to be that. I want to be that calm spirit that he can come to. As you really and truly begin to create this woman in your mind, think about how that woman really and truly looks. Think about how she sits, how she walks. Like, as you can see, I'm not trying to purposely look like a bimbo. If I look like that, I'm not intentionally doing that, but I'm really and truly, I'm about to break something. I've been really and truly focusing on my posture, because I feel like that more feminine woman who is like just powerful in her energy, she walks confidently. Think about small changes like that you could be doing right now, because every time you do something intentionally, it's going to really stick with you as you begin creating that habit. So here recently, I have noticed that I've been walking and sitting a lot taller. My shoulders are back. My presence is known just based off of the way that I walk. That is something that you want to gain in your feminine journey. You want people to look at you and say, oh, that's a powerful woman, right? That's a bad woman right there, because you are confident and you are strong in your power. And that's what it's all about, is being able to, like, if somebody can read you in a room that quick, that means that you're doing exactly what you need to. If somebody were to see you right now based off of your presence right now, what are they going to say about you? What are they going to think? And let's be clear, it's not about what anybody else thinks as far as how you are or how you're read, but you want to have that energy read off of you right out the gate. Even if somebody does not know you from Adam, okay? They want to be able to look at you and say, ooh, that's a powerful woman. She got her stuff together. That's the kind of woman you want to practice being. And regardless of if you are doing it for a lifestyle change or doing it just to become more in tune, you are a powerful woman, okay? You're a powerful woman. You do have a certain kind of energy, so you want to embrace that fully. Embrace it fully and wholeheartedly, and do not be hesitant or, you know, shy about your change. You should love where you are in life and love the changes that you're making. And nonetheless, regardless of the lifestyle that you want, you know, down the line or where you are in life right now, you can still be that woman that you see. Practice her every day. Be in tune with her. Know what she needs. Know what she likes. But really and truly embody her. As you are going through this journey of really and truly becoming a more feminine woman, you really want to just exude confidence throughout this entire process, okay? You don't want anybody to think that you're going through this journey or this change in your life. You have to exude confidence all of the time. If you are trying to bring about change into your life, really and truly believing that that change is going to happen because you're putting in the daily work behind it, that's what's going to keep this journey going for you. And honestly, I feel like I talked a little bit earlier about how you continuously evolve. Your feminine journey is going to constantly evolve as you go through the different phases of your life. So whatever it is that's your driving force right now, like we talked about earlier, whereas that might be lifestyle, that might be this or that, you are going to make certain changes now for the purpose of that driving force. But, you know, once your lifestyle change comes and you've been this woman, then you're going to evolve a little bit more, okay? So we want to always think about how we're going to constantly evolve, but really and truly making the conscious decisions of the daily changes based on what you need to do for right now. At the end of the day, it is all about the change, making the conscious daily decisions in order to bring that change into your life, and really and truly just showing up for yourself. You want to be that woman, be her, and start practicing to be her right now. But show up for yourself every single day. Make those changes, be in tune with yourself. Really tap into that power, because you are a powerful being. So that is what I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you were able to take key notes away from it. But I definitely encourage you to embark on your feminine journey, whether that be to change your life and, you know, create yourself for the lifestyle that you plan on manifesting, or if you just simply, again, want to be in tune with your feminine energy. Nonetheless, I really encourage you. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. Make sure that you are tuning in and hitting that notification bell as well, so you can see when the videos is going up on my channel. But until next time, I will catch you guys on the next video. So, bye love.